I've yet to discover a metaphysical shield that I can use to grant me personal space or make people just stay a little bit away from me. I don't know if there is one. I bet Regan knows. She's good with all this shit. I usually kind of put them up, or they automatically go up. It's one of those running in the background tasks, as I've talked about before, how you can set something to go and just let it go so you don't have to keep doing it all the time. I kind of set it up so that when I go out, they all go up, and with rotating frequencies. You don't need to know what the frequencies are. You just say they're rotating, and what it will do is it'll just kind of keep everything like negative out. Oh my God, listen to my voice, man. What's happening to my voice? It's been like this for like 2 months. I'm not, I'm not saying it's a CIA congestion gun, but I'm not saying it's not. I know they have like those heart attack guns. I wonder what else they have. They have like a flu gun. I mean, it's just all frequency. You don't, once you know how that works, and I'm sure they do all kinds of testing on things, and they've been doing it for years and years and years and years. I mean, that's how the heart attack thing works, the heart attack gun works. Yeah, just walk around the neighborhood here with my my noticing meter on, but not much to notice today. Nothing out of the ordinary or unusual. Regular stuff. Speaking of metaphysical shit, I kind of gotten away from it. I gotta get back to the main point of doing this whole thing. It's just that lately there's been a lot of stuff going on in the material, especially around me, that has been kind of dragging my attention that way. But that's not what I'm good at. That's not what I know the most about. So I got to get back to talking about some of the core concepts. What I got to do is just look at some of my old videos. I have this habit of bringing something up, and then once I did a video about it, I figured, well, that's it. That's done. And YouTube doesn't really work like that. Like, it's not often someone's going to go into your older stuff. I tried to do something as far as putting it in playlists, like, according to topic, but I don't know. The way I found it to be is people really only watch the latest stuff you put out. And I mean, and I only think that because I rarely get a comment on older videos. I mean, older by even a fucking month. It just seems like when it's out, it's there. Someone, people see that and then they don't, unless they're like, I do it myself. Like, I go to a channel I like, I'll go into their older shit and look at it. But yeah, so no one's seeing a lot of the stuff that I did about, I guess what I would call the core concepts, or some of the more popular things that people wonder about, or have that connects them to this the topic of metaphysical concepts, metaphysical science, theory, philosophy. What it says on the channel. But I mean, if you just wandered into this, you'd never know that. You'd just say, sure, this guy just walks around talking to himself, and then he edits the videos, and he talks to himself in the editing. Yeah. Yes, that's it. This fucking wind is awesome. I used to use microphones. I used to use a mic, and it would, I don't know, I just don't like the way it sounds. I was watching Joseph Arthur's channel. He's a guy I've been subbed to, but I haven't watched much of his stuff. I think he was I think Scarlet Spider said, you know, how you doing, man? How's it going? All right, man. That's how you want it. I think, yeah, I think it was Scarlet Spider that sent me home. He was going on today about how it's hard being sort of like a freak, taking a different path than a lot of people. How it tends to be a lifelong kind of thing, and the rewards are few. But when you get the rewards, it's rewarding. See how that's language spells. Language spelling bee. Illuminati confirmed. Yeah, there's he's right though. I mean, I kind of feel the same way about it. But like, I don't think anyone intends or sets out to be like someone outside the whatever normal mainstream of thought and ideas. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that if you have any kind of divinity, any kind of connection to God, you're not just an empty shell that's being driven by an OS to do whatever the NPC says. The MPC, not the NPC. NPC is an overused term. It's one of those things that it's just like anything else, like Nazi or woke. It's gotten to a point where it's like it doesn't mean anything because it's overused. NPC is kind of the same way. Like NPC's gotten to be whatever someone who doesn't agree with me. You know, that's all it is. That's all this stuff has become. People need to expand their vocabulary. It seems like there are certain words that kind of pop into the vernacular, like the common, popular, modern vernacular. They'll just kind of show up out of nowhere. You know, I noticed that with older words. Of course, I'm not going to be able to think of any right now, and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's a word, that's a thing that existed, but just no one used it until now, and then you just see it popping up everywhere. I don't know what that is. I think it could be part of the collective, like cloud, or collective consciousness, but that would mean it would be coming from those with divinity, people with connection to God, because a robot's not going to instigate something like that or start something like that. They don't have the capacity to do that. They just react, basically. You see a lot of that here too. Like people they'll just react to things. Like they something happens and they react to it. There's not a lot of forward motion as far as thought goes. No one seems to be doing something or their thing. A lot of wandering around. Again, though, I mean, I'm in a tourist area, so I mean, there's some of that too. So people are just chilled out. So it's hard to gauge that. I think I'd have a better chance of studying that were I in a more, I guess, organic city. And no cities are organic, though. They're all unnatural. It's almost utopia. Just jam a bunch of people in that are different as possible and watch the chaos ensue. And tell them that there's not a lot of space in the world so that we can show them together more. There's so much space. And the whole running out of resources thing, it's like, oh my God. It's one of those things where it's like you really don't even have to dig that far. Look at a map. How about that? Go on Google Earth and just go like even anywhere. Like there are parts in like where I used to live, Massachusetts, there's just nothing there. There's plenty of room. Woods. The whole meme of like, you know, resource scarcity and oh, there's not a lot of room. You don't really have to think about it even that much or do a deep dive on it. It's just it's pretty easy to see that that's a load of bullshit. The same thing with the climate stuff. Like as far as Al Gore is concerned, we should be underwater. Should have been underwater 10 years ago. Maybe we'd have fitting hands. It actually be pretty cool. Yeah, you don't want to walk in the street. The problem is everybody parks on the sidewalk, so that's lack of abstract thinking right there. Don't blame the teacher, blame the school.